देवाय तस्मै नमः। Bhagavadgita, chapter 6. Chapter 6 is called Dhyana Yoga because the topic of this chapter is dhyana, meditation. Already Bhagavan introduced meditation in chapter 5. Sparshan kritva bahirbahyan ityadi. In 2 shlokas, he introduced meditation. 27 and 28, these 2 shlokas of chapter 5. When we talk about meditation, one might think that a spiritual person should give up all other work and start doing meditation. In fact, some people get into this kind of a trap. I would call it a trap, a confusion. I am spiritually inclined, therefore I should not do any other work. I should not take care of my family. I should not serve the society. I should keep meditating. In fact, Bhagavan begins this chapter keeping in mind such people. Meditation is not for everyone. Bhagavan is clear about it. Meditation is meant for only a few people. Everyone cannot meditate. In fact, many of the people cannot even meditate for 5 or 10 minutes because they cannot sit quiet at all. And if you compel them to meditate, they will be restless. The half an hour that they are trying to meditate can be used for doing some other good work. They can do japa, or they can do some seva, they can do some kind of puja. There are so many other good activities. They can engage in other spiritually elevating activities instead of wasting their time in meditation. So, who is eligible for meditation? When I say meditation, I am talking about a meditation as a full-time lifestyle. A lifestyle devoted to meditation. A lifestyle devoted to contemplation. It is possible when the seeker has attained a certain level of maturity, certain level of spiritual maturity, until one accomplishes a good level of spiritual maturity, he is entitled to perform karma yoga. Therefore, Bhagavan begins this chapter by praising a karma yogi. Karma yoga is a very beautiful sadhana, very efficient sadhana. If one performs karma yoga properly, in due course of time, he will attain spiritual maturity and he will be eligible for devoting all his life for meditation. He will be able to meditate with ease in due course of time. Therefore, Shloka 1 and Shloka 2, these two shlokas are glorifying a karma yogi. Karma yoga is a great spiritual discipline. Therefore, Bhagavan is advising Arjuna to devote himself to karma yoga. In fact, the direct message to Arjuna in Bhagavadgita is karma yoga. Then why he is talking about meditation? It is for future. Now you perform karma yoga. Yudhyasva. Kuru karmaiva tasmatvam. Bhagavan is advising Arjuna to do karma. And later on, you will be ready for giving up the karma altogether and devoting all your time for meditation. Śrī Bhagavān uvaca anashritah karma phalam karyam karma karoti yaha sa sannyāsī ca yogī ca na niragnirna chakriyaha. So, this is a glorification of a karma yogi. What does a karma yogi do? Karyam karma karoti. He performs karma. Karma karoti. He performs action. He does not try to avoid activities. Instead, he engages in activities. He is not lazy. Instead, he is an active person, a diligent person. Karma karoti. What kind of karma? Karyam karma. The karma which is supposed to be done is called karyam karma. There are two types of karma. One is karyam karma, a karma which should be performed. Another is akaryam karma, a karma that one should not perform. Karya and akarya. Two types of actions are there. The actions that one should perform, it is called karyam or kartavyam. And another, what one should not perform, it is called akaryam. So, how to know what is my karyam karma and what is my akaryam karma? What I should perform and what I should not perform? How can I know? Krishna says, Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya karya vyavasthitau. Karya and akarya. To know this, Shastra is pramana. The karma, the actions that are enjoined by the Shastra are called karyam karma. The actions that one should perform, like yajñam, yajña, yajñaha, dānam, giving, and tapas. Yajña dāna tapah karma natyājyam karyameva tat. Yajña, dāna and tapas are mentioned as karyam karma in chapter 18. So, a karma yogi has to perform yajña, certain types of rituals, certain types of puja, dana, giving, and tapas, certain types of disciplines, certain types of austerities, following the values in spite of difficulties. It is called tapas. So yajna, dana and tapas, that include all other activities also that one should perform in a given situation. As the member of a family, as the citizen of a country, as the member of a society, all the karmas that one should do and all the karmas that are beneficial to the society, they are all karyam karma. Then there are akaryam karma, the actions that one should not do, like hurting others, like drinking alcohol, and so on and so on. Akaryam karma one should avoid. So a karma yogi performs karyam karma, the karma that should be done. And he does it with proper attitude. Anashritaha karma phalam. Karma phalam anashritaha. Without holding on to the result of action. Without clinging to the result of action. Do not hold on to the result of action. Let not the result be a motive for performing karma. Then why he performs karma? Because it is karyam karma. It is the work that he is supposed to do. That is why he is performing the karma. Not because the karma is going to give him, the karma is definitely going to give him a desirable result. Sometimes the karma may not give the expected result. Sometimes the karma may give the expected result. Sometimes the karma might as well give more than expectation. All possibilities are there. But he does not hold on to the result. This should be understood in two sides, in 2 points of time. Number one, while performing karma, while performing the activity, what is my attitude? Am I doing it purely for the result? Or am I doing it as my duty? If I am doing it purely for the sake of the result, then I am not a karma yogi. I should perform the karma because it is my duty. And my duty is given by Ishvara. Ishvara has placed me in a given situation, and he has given me the understanding that I should perform a given duty, a given action in a given point of time. Therefore, I am doing the karma as a worship of Ishvara, as a service to Ishvara. I should have this attitude at the time of performing the karma. And then, when the result comes, when the phala comes in front of me, then how I take the phala, how I receive the result. Suppose there is a negative result. Negative result means I am not getting the result in accordance with my expectation. I got a negative result. Then what should be my attitude? Generally, I am supposed to get dejected and start complaining when I get a negative result. There is always a chance of disappointment. But a karma yogi takes it in a different way. He says, this is Ishvara's grace, and I accept it as it is. I accept it as the blessing of Ishvara. Sometimes even failures can be blessings in disguise. Sometimes even difficulties can be blessings in disguise. And it is very much so in the spiritual pursuit. Because the difficulties make us spiritually strong. They contribute to our spiritual growth. Therefore, with respect to the negative result, he accepts it as the grace of Ishvara. And when a positive result comes, a desirable result, when a desirable result comes, even then he accepts it as the grace of Ishvara. Ishvara has given me this. All that I have in my life is a gift from Ishvara, is given by Ishvara. Nothing is mine. All that I have received is that of Ishvara. That is why he will not hold on to anything. A karma yogi cannot be stingy. A karma yogi has to be generous. He has to be broad-mindedness. In fact, one cannot be spiritual without being generous and broad-mindedness. Broad-minded. There is no spirituality without generosity and broad-mindedness. In fact, I am surprised to see nowadays many people listen to Bhagavadgita and Vedanta. In spite of listening to Bhagavadgita, in spite of listening to the spiritual talks, I find them very narrow-minded and stingy. They don't want to give. Instead, there are some people who don't have much. They are not well-to-do. But I find them very generous. They always come forward to give and serve. Whereas there are many, they are well-to-do. Bhagavan has given them everything, quite a few times more than what they require. Yet, I don't find much of generosity in them. But they listen to Vedanta. In fact, I feel it is a waste of time, because Vedanta is not going to work unless one cultivates generosity and broad-mindedness. Therefore, give, do dana, do service willingly, wholeheartedly. It is a very important value to be cultivated by a spiritual seeker. So, he is not attached to what he receives in life. Instead, he is always ready to offer anything in service of Bhagavan. Such a person is a true karma yogi. And Bhagavan glorifies him. Saha sannyāsī cha yogī cha. He is a true sannyāsī. Bhagavan calls him a sannyāsī. In fact, he may not have taken to sannyāsa. He has not given up his house. He has not given up his family. He is not wearing kashaya. He is living like an ordinary grihastha. But Bhagavan calls him a sannyasi because he has detachment. He has broad-mindedness. sa yogi cha, he is also a yogi. He may not be spending much time in meditation, yet he is a yogi, because the very actions, the very karma that he does brings about spiritual growth, brings about spiritual unfoldment. Na niragnirna chakriyaha. A real sannyasi in the tradition is the one who has given up fire. He has given up fire ritual. According to the tradition, a grihastha is supposed to perform fire rituals like agni-hotra, etc. A grihastha is entitled to perform fire rituals, whereas a sannyasi has given up the fire and fire rituals. He is free from all obligatory rituals. A sannyasi does not perform the rituals. In fact, nowadays some people might think a sannyasi is the one who is supposed to perform rituals. But it is not so. A sannyasi has given up all rituals, because according to our tradition, who takes sannyāsa? When you are ready for a life of contemplation, you don't want to do actions because actions are no more relevant for you. You have already accomplished adequate spiritual maturity, and then you want to spend all your time in contemplation. Then the Shastra says you are entitled to take sannyāsa. Then he gives up all rituals. He gives up all responsibilities. He gives up all social and family responsibilities. And he gives up all rituals, all material pursuit, all possessions. He possesses minimum just to nourish, just to sustain his body. And then he takes sannyāsa, spends his time in contemplation, spends his time in self-knowledge. That is the idea of sannyāsa. Therefore, in the primary sense, a sannyasi is a person who has given up karma. He has given up all karma. Therefore, a sannyasi is described niragnihi akriyaha. He is a niragnihi. He has given up the fire. Means he is no longer performing any ritual. And he is akriyaha. He has given up all kriya, all activities, all actions. He is no longer working to earn money and sustain his family. He lives on bhiksha. A sannyasi is expected to live on bhiksha. That is why a sannyasi is called a bhikshu. Bhikshu means one who lives on bhiksha, what is provided by the other people, the grihasthas. And he spends his time in contemplation. Major part of his life is spent in contemplation. And some of his time is spent in teaching other people what he has discovered through his contemplation. That is what many sannyāsīs are doing even today. In this land, even today, this culture is alive. The grihasthas provide for the sannyasi. The sannyasi is not expected to earn his bread. The grihasthas contribute to his sustenance, and the sannyasi spends his life in contemplation and teaches the society, guides the society on the spiritual path. So, in the primary sense, sannyasi is niragnihi and akriyaha. But this karma yogi, he is not niragnihi and akriyaha because he is performing karma. He is performing the rituals that he is supposed to perform, and he is performing all other duties that he is expected to perform. He is even earning his bread, even that is his duty. He is supporting his family, his parents, his wife, children. He is supporting everyone, even that is his duty. And he is also supporting the other people who he is supposed to support, like a sannyasi, brahmachari. The sannyasi who is around him, the brahmacharis who is around him, he supports them also. So, a grihastha has a lot of burden on him. He performs all of them without complaining. Anashritaha karma phalam karyam karma karoti saha sannyasi cha yogi cha. He is not niragni, he is not akriya. He performs all the actions, yet he is a sannyasi and a yogi. He is almost as good as a sannyasi and a yogi because he is doing what he is supposed to do. He is right in his own place. Therefore, he is great in his own place. Shloka 2. Yam sannyāsamiti prahuhu yogantam vidhi pandava nahya sannyasta sankalpo yogī bhavati kaścana. Bhagavan glorifies a karma yogi further, equating karma yoga to sannyāsa. He Pandava, O Arjuna, O Pandava, yam sannyāsamiti prahuhu tam yogam vidhi. What people call sannyāsa, it is yoga. Yoga means karma yoga. So karma yoga is as good as sannyāsa, because karma yoga is the essential means to attain sannyāsa. Without going through karma yoga, one cannot attain the maturity of being a sannyasi. Nahya sannyasta sankalpo yogī bhavati kaścana kaścana asannyasta sankalpaha. If one has not given up sankalpa, attachment, in this context, sankalpa means attachment. Without giving up attachment, one cannot become a yogi. One cannot become a karma yogi. To be a true karma yogi, one should give up attachment. Attachment to all we have. Even the attachment to our time. My time. There is no my time. Make all your time Ishvara's time. Make all your actions Ishvara's actions. Make all your possessions Ishvara's possessions. That is when one becomes a karma yogi. Therefore, even to become a karma yogi, one should give up. There is a giving up involved. In Sanskrit, giving up is called sannyāsa. The meaning of the word sannyāsa, the literal meaning of the word sannyāsa is giving up. A true sannyasi has given up everything. All his relations, all his possessions, he has given up everything. even the action, ambitions. He has given up everything. And to be a karma yogi also, one should give up something. Even if one does not physically give up all the things, one should give up the attachment. Then he becomes a karma yogi. So, in that sense, sannyāsa is there in karma yoga also. Sannyāsa is included in karma yoga also, in a miniature form, in a smaller form. Therefore, yoga is sannyāsa. Karma yoga is sannyāsa. So, karma yogi is a smaller sannyasi. Means he is preparing himself for the ultimate sannyasa. And in due course of time, he is ready to give up everything. When he is ready to give up everything, then he is ready for a lifestyle of contemplation. Then he can give up all his karma and spend his time in contemplation. Shloka 3. Arurukshormunir yogam karma karanamuchyate yogarudhasya tasyaiva shamah karanamuchyate. Now, Bhagavan is describing who should perform karma yoga and who is ready for giving up karma. Arurukshor munir yogam karma karana muchyate. A mumukshu, a seeker of moksha, is called Muni. Krishna calls him a Muni. A seeker of moksha, because he thinks, he has clarity in thinking. One can seek moksha only when there is clarity in thinking. Therefore, he is a Muni. He thinks properly. Mananat Munihi. So, in that sense, even a seeker of moksha can be called Muni. Yogam arurukshoho. He is a mumukshu. He is seeking moksha. But he has not attained enough chitta shuddhi. Still his mind is not pure enough. There are certain impurities of mind in the form of ragadvesha. He has certain desires. Therefore, he is not ready for giving up the karma and spending all his life as a recluse. And he understands this as well. In spiritual pursuit, one should be able to understand oneself, what I can do, what I am capable of doing. One should think about oneself, what I can do, what I should do, where I stand. One should try to understand this. And if one cannot understand oneself, one should take help of one's guru. So this person is arurukshu. Yogam arurukshuhu. He wants to attain chitta shuddhi. He wants to attain purity of mind. So that ultimately he can get jnana. He can get self-knowledge. Then what is the means? What is the means to attain chitta shuddhi? How to purify the mind? Karma karanamuchyate. Karma is the means. Performance of karma, karma yoga, is the means to attain chitta shuddhi. Once he has attained chitta shuddhi to a good extent, yogarudhasya tasyaiva, the same person, when he has chitta shuddhi, he is called yogarudhaha. His mind is pure enough, pure to a good extent, and he is capable of focusing, capable of abiding in contemplation, in self-knowledge. He is able to spend a long time in Vedanta Vichara, in the study and contemplation on Vedanta Shastra. Then he is entitled for giving up karma. Shamah karanamuchyate. Shamaha means karma-sannyāsa. He is entitled to give up karma and take to a life of contemplation, a life dedicated to the pursuit of self-knowledge. And for such person, Krishna is teaching dhyana, how he should meditate. So, primarily, the meditation revealed in this chapter is meant for a sannyāsī who has given up karma, given up all responsibilities, and he has dedicated his life for contemplation. This chapter is primarily meant for such people. Then why should other people, the people who are expected to do karma, in what way this chapter will benefit them? They can also try this meditation for a short time, let's say half an hour or 15 minutes. They can also try this meditation because it will help them to some extent. So somebody is asking the meaning of yoga-rudha. I have already told the meaning of yoga-rudha. Yogam arudha. Yoga in this verse means chitta shuddhi. One who has accomplished chitta shuddhi is called yoga-rudha. So we will continue in the next session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Yeah. Namaste. Yeah. Namaste. Yeah. Yeah. Om. Om. Yeah. Om. Namaste. Yeah. Namaste. Yeah. Om. Yeah. Om. Yeah. Om. Om. Yeah. Okay. See you next week. Om. They come forward.